I am pretty sure in the Nigeria of today that if somebody tells you that President Bola Tinubu earns 1.5 million naira in salary every month, I'm sure many of you will not believe that, while many of you equally will believe that. But let's get a little bit into details. The chairman of Nigeria Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Dr. Mohammed Bello Shehu, has just intimated Nigerians that plans are underway to review the salaries of public office holders in Nigeria, especially the three tiers of government: the executive, the legislators, and the judiciary. He went further to state categorically that the law mandates his commission to regulate, or rather review, the salaries of the public office holders within the confines of the three tiers of governance, but that they do not have the bandwidth to regulate or review the salaries of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, but only that of the public office holders, which includes the executive, the judiciary, and the legislators. In view of all of this, the chairman went further to maintain that reviewing the salaries of the political office holders is something that is already long overdue. That owing to the current realities in the economy of our dear nation, that owing to the too much responsibilities that is springing up as an offshoot of the current economic hardship in Nigeria, or the current economic challenges, that it has become pertinent to review the salaries of these political office holders, such that their pay rate, or rather their monthly earning, will come up to meet the current economic hardship that they also have responsibilities to manage at their various homes. He therefore categorically maintained that the current salary structure of the political office holders in Nigeria is inadequate. It is unrealistic and unacceptable in the Nigeria of today. Good people of Nigeria, it was at this point that the chairman, Dr. Mohammed Bello Shehu, categorically informed Nigerians home and abroad that Alhaji Bola Tinubu currently earns 1.5 million naira in salary every month, of which he said that many Nigerians home and abroad agrees that it is a big joke that the president of the federation is earning 1.5 million naira in salary. He also intimated Nigerians that currently the ministers earns less than 1 million naira as a monthly salary, while CBN governors and director generals earns 10 times and even 20 times more than what the president and the ministers earn in Nigeria, and also head of agencies in Nigeria. Probably we can cite an example, maybe Director General of NAFDAC, Director General of SON, head of NOA, National Orientation Agencies, so obviously these people earn 10 times and 20 times more than ministers and more than president. Now you begin to ask yourself, so it was not President Bola Tinubu's money that he used in buying the private jet, although they said budgeting was already made by late President Muhammadu Buhari. So it was also not his money that he used in buying the bulletproof car, the armored vehicles, and all of that. One pertinent question becomes, because this chairman of Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission said that there is no how ministers and president will earn this type of amount of money without getting involved in other things. In other words, he was trying to say that based on their current pay structure, that it is not sufficient for them to earn such amount of money and still do not engage, probably allegedly, in fraud, high-handedness, budget padding, and all whatnot, and every other forms of rascality. That is what the chairman is saying, and that is what actually touched me so badly. Yes. Otherwise, if earning too much money is what will stop corruption in Nigeria, otherwise, why do we still have too many rascalities and scandalmania spree in many agencies, in many parastatals in Nigeria? Otherwise, why will somebody like Emefiele, the former CBN governor, still undergoing trial up to today, if they earn up to 10 times or 20 times? And so many other persons, we can continue to give you the list. So it means that too much money is not actually the problem, or less money is not actually the problem. The problem is that we have greedy set of politicians Politicians who are enjoying the criminality that is embedded in our political structures. So it's not about earning less money or earning big money. And again, if we have a structure that we know how much these people earn, why has it become difficult for EFCC to track politicians who have squandered money in this country? And why are these politicians not declaring their assets before assumption of office? I'm pretty sure, I stand to be corrected anyway, that President Bola Tinubu never declared his assets before becoming the president of Nigeria. And yet you think that this country will move forward, in such trajectory. And more so, I do know that the wife of Bola Tinubu made it clear to Nigerians that they are already rich, that they are not interested in Nigerians' money. I don't know if that statement still holds any water up to this moment, but I can tell you, reviewing the salaries of political office holders is something I do not think in all sincerity that is necessary at this material time. If there is any set of people that should, persevere, endure, and be patient with the economic challenges in Nigeria, it is the political office holders, not the average Nigerians. I know, say, Tinubu don't give palliative tire because now government of palliative now they run for Nigeria. Buhari don't do in palliative finish. Now Tinubu is also doing palliative. At the end of the day, you will not be able to hold anybody accountable because they will tell you that they have given you enough palliative, enough support systems, and enough support structures. Now it is time to review and up the salaries of the political office holders so that they will also be very happy. Well, it is a very sad development, I must be very honest, in these trying times in Nigeria where a lot of people find it difficult to eat just once in a day. More so, the chairman equally highlights that the commission will go further to review revenue allocation in Nigeria. That is the revenue allocation formula, RAF. He said that the last review was done in 1992, after which there was some executive orders in 2002 to make some modifications and adjustments. He maintained that ever since then, that revenue allocation formula in Nigeria has remained the same. That owing to the growing economic challenges, the dynamics of our economics, responsibilities springing up as offshoot of the current realities in Nigeria, that it has become pertinent to actually review the revenue allocation formula so that revenues will be shared henceforth according to responsibilities, demand, and the realities on ground. And they pledge that they are going to be basing their judgment based on empirical data. It's going to be a data-driven review while borrowing international best practices so that at the end of that very review, whatever formula they come up with will be accepted by all stakeholders involved. The only thing I know that will be probably happening from that very revenue allocation formula review is that possibly states that were getting small money before will now begin to get bigger money, while states that were also getting big money before will equally this time get bigger money. Yeah, because the economy is hard. So I think that is probably going to be the dynamics of this review. Either to up the revenue allocation for states, but I also do not know what is going to happen to the 13% derivation for oil producing states, whether that will still be in effect or whether they will consider that in their review process. I still do not know, but all hands on deck. We will continue to watch out and see what happens next. Do not forget that the current sharing formula we have in Nigeria, that Nigeria federal government allocation from the federation account, that 52.68% of the allocation of the revenue goes to the federal government, while 22.72% goes to the state, and finally 20.60% goes to the local government. So with this current sharing formula, revenue allocation formula, it means that after this review, that this very percentage of sharing or this very percentage formula for the current sharing will definitely be changing. I'm personally very curious to see what will be the new sharing formula. But all hands being on deck, I want to say it here loud and clear that reviewing and increasing the salaries of political office holders in Nigeria of today does not make sense. It is not expected. It is not required. These are the leaders that are expected to make sacrifices. Every time president will be telling Nigerians to persevere, to be patient. To be patient of what? Being patient is expected from you people from the first principle. It is the leaders. A leader is one who bears, the pains of the team members at all costs. So we expect all of you to bear the pains of Nigeria by earning the same salary you have been earning. After all, we know say no be that salary on the take chop. That is how bad and how corrupt Nigeria is. But anyways, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person see him. God bless you.